Hi, everybody. This is Shelly's Everyday Adventures. It's Wednesday, October 5th, 2022. And I just wanted to come and, talk to you guys a little bit about a couple different things. The first thing I wanted to talk about was I was on my Facebook and one of my relatives in Nebraska, and I've talked about this before. They're having a terrible drought in Nebraska out in the Midwest. It's affecting crops, it's affecting livestock, it's affecting everything in the area. Well, apparently take a look and make sure I got the right name. The Halsey National Forest is on fire in Nebraska. So the lack of rain has decimated crops, livestock, and nature, wildlife, forests. So if you would please think about them, maybe send a prayer their way. They need rain. They really need rain desperately. I mean, it's too late to save any crops as it is October, but, it's scorched earth out there the way she's explained it to me. So if you would consider, them in your prayers, that would be great. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, I don't know how many of you are, these glasses, how many of you are dealing with stress? Sometimes we deal with stress and we don't even realize that we're dealing with it. I've had that experience. I feel like I'm okay. I think I'm okay. But I'll be sitting, when I rarely do take time to sit, I'll sit down in my chair and I will feel like I'm relaxed. And then I realize I'm not relaxed. And I have to consciously make myself release the tension in my body. I am so tense. It's causing headaches. It's causing backaches and different things because the muscles tense up. And it's all subconscious. It's all a subconscious thing. So I'm trying to learn how to deal with that. When I get too terribly stressed, I go out and I buy some preps. I make sure I'm prepped. By being prepped, that alleviates some of my anxiety and my stress. So let me move this a little bit, guys. Okay. And I know I'm not the only one out there having anxiety and stress over the things that are going on. Now, some preppers will tell you, well, if you're prepared, you don't need to be anxious or stressed. Well, I feel I'm prepared as I can be. But I'm still dealing with anxiety and stress. So there's that. I don't know. It's the uncertainty of everything. I grew up a life of frugality. We were frugal. Funny thing is, I grew up on a farm, so there were certain things that were plentiful. Money was not one of them, but meat was plentiful. Vegetables, things like that. When I was growing up, my mom, she told me that she got $40 a week for groceries. $40. But again, we didn't have to buy meats. We didn't have to buy vegetables. The $40 went for things like paper towels, toilet paper, shampoos, things like that. So, $40 a week doesn't sound like much, and it's not. Can you imagine $40 a week now? I mean, you would definitely you would starve to death. So anyway, so as I was growing up, I don't know if I've told this story before, but I remember my dad joking with someone about how he ate steak every night, and the guy came back and said, yeah, I'm not the one that eats steak every night. And I'm standing there and I look at my dad. I'm just a child. And I say, Dad, we don't eat. My dad says we eat hot dogs all the time. And I looked at my dad and I'm like, we don't eat hot dogs. which is really funny because hot dogs became a treat. We had roast beef, we had steaks, we had hamburger. That's what we had. We were dairy farmers. Even our milk came straight from the cow, which they tell you not to do that, but trust me, I grew up on it. Didn't bother me at all. But anyway, so my point here is, there's a lot of people that never experienced that type of, I don't even want to call it being poor, because we weren't poor, in my opinion. As we were growing up, there was nothing that I could think of that I didn't feel poor. I did not feel poor. And in reality, I guess we weren't poor. In reality, we didn't have cash money, but we had everything that we needed. And there are other people, now that I look back, that did not have everything that they wanted. They made more per week than my dad did as a farmer, but it all worked out, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So when I was a kid, ham sandwiches were also a how should I put this? They were a luxury, maybe. I mean, ham was, my mother said ham was expensive. So, but of course, steak was expensive as well. But because we had that for free, we didn't think about that. But yeah, so ham was expensive. So my parents couldn't afford it. My grandfather, he could afford it on occasion. So he would go out. We would spend the night with him on a Friday, him and my grandmother, on a Friday or a Saturday night. And he would go out and take us, and we would buy ham for ham sandwiches. And we would he would buy pies and cakes, because he really enjoyed pies, cakes, and ice cream. He loved ice cream. He was born in 1912, so he can remember when ice cream was first. I mean, you think about ice cream and, well, most people don't think about it. They think, oh, it's always been here. No, it hasn't. And he could remember when he could start getting ice cream, and he really loved ice cream. Of course, he's since passed. He'd be well over 100 by now. See, yeah, he would be. So he was born in 1912. 2012 would be 100. So yeah, there's... Anyway, I'm rambling on. I don't mean to ramble on. I just wanted to talk to you about Nebraska. I wanted to talk to you about stress and the fact that I think we're all feeling it, even though we don't necessarily realize we're feeling it. It's there, and we can't figure out the world. We just need to prepare to ride out the storm, whatever that storm ends up being. I went to my local grocery store. It's a Martin's. It's a part of Giant Food Corporation. They're only a couple minutes from the house. And they're more expensive, of course, than Walmart and Aldi. They seem to have plenty of product. But people are not able to pay the higher prices. So they're going to Walmart and they're going to the Aldis and places like that to get the bargains. They don't go to the Martins unless they can't find what they need. So I'm noticing a lot of empty shelves in my local Walmart, in my local Dollar Tree, and the Aldi is okay. But things are getting so expensive. My electric bill has gone up $100 per month. I heat with oil in my house. Now I do have a wood stove, and the wood stove will heat the entire house. Not a problem. I don't have a very big house. And we live on a farm and there are lots of trees. So we have wood, we have everything we need for wood. So we will not be cold. But I wanted to have some oil backup just in case. Maybe we got sick over the winter and we weren't able to keep up with the fire, or maybe we needed to go someplace and we want that backup. So we called the local oil company, and it's like $4 a gallon right now here, and it's going to go even higher. Now, a couple years ago, I bought 1,000 gallons for $1,700. Now 1,000 gallons times 4. It's $4,000. And the reason I need 1,000 is I put 500 in my house and I put 500 in my shop because of course, I'm a dog groomer and I need the shop to be warm. So I have two 500-gallon tanks and I put, 5 in each. It's not going to happen this year. It looks like I'm going to start out with 100 in each tank, which isn't much. But that'll be fine in the house simply because, like I said, I have the wood stove. With the shop, 100 gallons is not going to go very far. So, there's, utilities have gone up. The cost of everything has gone through the roof. The world is a crazy, crazy mess. And here we are. Here we are. What are you going to do about it? You can only control your small portion of the world, your little area. That's all you can do. My sister, she got COVID last January. And she's had pneumonia ever since. And here it is, October. She's been through different antibiotics. She's been through, she had a PICC line in. She even had her lungs washed out with saline solution. She's still running a fever. She's still sick. That's weighing heavy on me. I have another sister who, in the last 2 years, 2020, was February of 2020, she moved to Florida. And as much as I love going to Florida, I am a little bit concerned about airfare prices going up due to fuel prices and maybe not being able to get to see her. And we're a close family. We're a very close family. And that stresses me out. So there's a lot of stress going on in my life. I was going to say earlier that I started working on the farm when I was in high school. They didn't pay a whole lot, but it gave me money, and I got to learn how to shop and to deal with my money a little bit, and buy my own stuff because my parents couldn't always afford it. So I would buy, like if I wanted a pair of jeans back then in the 80s, you wanted a pair of Levi jeans. They were $20, $25. And, I would have to buy them myself. And those of you who are my age probably remember Gloria Vanderbilt jeans being all the rage there for a while. And I think they were like $60 a pair. So, I got Levi's and that was as good as it got. And I was fine with that. But I learned, to buy my own stuff. And I learned the value of work. I learned the value of money and so on. But I never made a lot. I graduated from high school. I stayed here on the farm because I love the farm. Like I said, we're a close-knit family. So I stayed here and I worked. We sold the cows in 2012. And that's when I got a taste of what the rest of the world actually lives like as far as money goes. I really didn't have, I started my own business in 2015. That's the dog grooming. And I started making pretty decent money. And I was excited about that. I was able to travel. I was able to do things that I hadn't been able to do before. And then 2020 hits, and I feel like the rug was pulled out from under my feet, basically. For months, we couldn't travel. Things were shut down. It took its toll on me mentally. I do try to pride myself in being strong and capable, but it did really wear on me. I can't imagine how some people have had to deal with this. So in the back of my mind, yeah, we're traveling again, we're doing things, but in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, when is the next time they're going to pull the rug out from under me? And how are they going to do it? Are they going to do it with prices? Inflation. Inflation is so ridiculous. I won't be able to fly. Maybe I won't be able to drive the places I want to drive. So you're thinking about these things. You've got this newfound freedom. It's new. It's new to me. I mean, I know I'm 56, but to me, it's new to me. So I have been enjoying it since, I started my business in 2015, took a couple years, of course, to get it up and going. So about 2017, 2018, I really started feeling the effects of decent money rolling in. And also something else that I never had before was freedom. Now, the freedom to go whenever I wanted to go. On a farm, you didn't have that freedom. The cows had to be milked 7 days a week. Things had to be taken care of. I mean, there's a price to pay for everything. Yes, we had steak, but we had to pay a price. And the price was time. And time is something that you never get back. You have to decide what's important to you. So anyway, about 2018, I started this freedom thing, and it felt great. I have a wonderful husband who encouraged me to do what I wanted to do and explore and enjoy my life. And then, like I said, 2020 hit. Complete breaks. Well, when they shut down the country, we were actually in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it was on St. Patrick's Day. We were out on the streets celebrating St. Patrick's Day, just taking in the sights and different things. I'm not a drinker, so I, just wanted to see what was going on. It's crazy, trust me. But anyway, my husband stopped to get a beer, and the guy said, "You need to get all you want before midnight, because they're shutting down the city for this virus. They're shutting everything down." So the next day we get up, we have some things that we're doing, but everything is shut down. When they said shut down, they rolled up the streets. I mean, they took the benches off the street. So there was nothing, the homeless couldn't even lay on the benches. It was crazy. I mean, there's a lot of homeless in Vegas. I'm sure there's even more now. We were supposed to fly home on a Saturday or Friday morning. Thursday night, I got a text from the airline saying that our flight had been canceled because the air traffic controller, one of them had come down with COVID. So we couldn't figure out how to get home. We rented a car and we drove home. That was another adventure. But the point being is, and I'm not whining. I don't want sympathy necessarily. I just want to explain to you that every single person is going through something. This has affected every single person. Every single person has been affected by this. And I don't think that the worst is over. So please prepare your home, prepare your family, and try to prepare yourself mentally. I know that's easy to say, but we need to try to prepare mentally as much as we can. If we are not prepared mentally, we've lost the battle, I feel. So, think about this, pray about it if you need to. I love all of you. I want all of you to get through this. I don't know if there's an end in sight. I have no idea. Nobody does. But I hate to be a downer, and I feel like this video has been nothing but a downer. Sorry about that, guys. But I feel like I needed to say these things to, you know, let you know that everybody is going through something, everybody. So please like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Like I said, I love every single one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. This is Shelly's Everyday Adventures.